YouTube fam? It's April G Showers back at y'all with another reaction. So, Duane Jackson, the name of his channel is Duane TV, all one word. For those of you who don't know, sub him up, sub him up. I will provide the link to this video in the description box below if you want to go check it out after you watch my reaction. I have a feeling this is going to be an emotional one for me. The name of this is called Heroin High. It is a lyric video. He just dropped it yesterday, I believe. For those who don't know, I am a recovering addict. I'll be clean 9 years in August, on August the 8th. My drug of choice was opiates, pills. But a drug is a drug is a drug, including alcohol. So yeah, I can sympathize or empathize rather from both sides of it, from being an addict myself, now in recovery, and from losing loved ones to addiction, alcoholism. My big brother passed away in 2018 from cirrhosis of the liver related to alcoholism. So I know what it feels like from both sides. I haven't heard it. I've been wanting to hear it ever since I saw that he dropped it. Just had a whole lot going on. So yeah, I'm excited about it, but I just have a feeling it's just going to be emotional. And it says, warning, the following video contains footage some viewers may find disturbing. If you are in recovery or whatever, it could be, since it's called Heroin High, and he's saying some viewers may find disturbing, it could also be a trigger for you. So let me just put that out there right now, and I haven't even seen it. But I do want to say that. So yeah, if you are struggling with addiction, alcoholism right now, prayers first of all. Second of all, there is hope. I'm living proof. Reach out for help. There is help available. There is free help available. There's AANACR, which is Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, Celebrate Recovery. There's CA, which is Cocaine Anonymous. There's gambling. There's all different forms of addiction other than just drugs and alcohol, which still, alcohol is a drug. But anyway, I've stalled long enough. I don't want to cry. I've cried so much, y'all, the last couple days. Tomorrow is the anniversary of my little brother passing away. He passed away May 24th, 2015. He was just 21 to brain cancer. And then, as I just said a while ago, my older brother passed away February 21st, 2018 to cirrhosis of the liver related to alcoholism. So, yeah, I've been pretty emotional. Alright, I'm shutting up. April G Squad this month. Love y'all. Let's get it. Duane Jackson, Heroin High, official lyric video. I apologize if my screen covers up part of the lyrics, y'all.
You see that back in the days I ain't like myself much. No one passed notes, so I'd write myself stuff. Never had friends, that's why I light my L's up. And ain't nobody believe, so I'd hype myself up. Back in the days I ain't like myself much. No one passed notes, so I write myself stuff. Never had friends, that's why I light my L's up. And ain't nobody believe, so I'd hype myself up.
Alright, I'll tell y'all, with me, I am a survivor of a school shooting when I was 15 years old, back in 1995. I watched my best friend get shot and killed at school right beside me. He also shot 2 teachers that day. One passed away, and my physical science teacher miraculously survived a gunshot to the head. He was wrestled to the floor and held down, and the gun was taken away from him until the police got there. Back in those days, like I said, this was 1995. This was before even Columbine even happened. One of the first, if not the first, school shootings to occur in America. People didn't know how to deal with stuff like that back then. So, like, we never talked about it. Nobody ever asked me about it or anything. And I don't blame anybody for that. It just was what it was. And, like I said, I was 15 when it happened. Little less than a year later, when I was 16, is when I started getting high. And it started off with weed. He said I'd blaze my L's up or something like that. That's a blunt, which is weed. And I self-medicated. I don't know if any of y'all have watched any of my videos where I share my writing, my poetry. I do have a playlist called My Poetry. So if you just go to that playlist, every single thing I've ever shared that I've written is in that playlist, and I share my whole story about my addiction, my recovery, the school shooting, and like the loss of both of my brothers, everything. If y'all want to go check it out. So yeah, mine started with weed to self-medicate.
It's just another night out. Smoked a couple white owls, a couple lines of blow. Now I need something for the flight down.
Yes. A couple lines of blow. That's cocaine. I was addicted to cocaine for about a year. And then I just literally, it was on my 18th birthday, actually. My 18th birthday. 10/10/1998. I had bought an 8-ball of cocaine, an ounce of weed, and a 5th of gin. And we were going to party for my 18th birthday. I did one line, and I felt terrible. It's hard to explain. I don't even know how to explain it. It just wasn't the same. And I prayed in my head to God to please let me stop feeling that way. And if he would please let me stop feeling that way, I would never touch it again. Within 10 minutes, I felt completely normal, completely sober, and never touched it again. I did the same thing with Oxycontin. Nowadays, they're called Roxys, but back then they were called OCs, or Oxycontin. I got up to taking anywhere from 180 to 200 milligrams of that a day, and then one day I just woke up and said nope, and just quit. So I never thought I was an addict, because I could just stop. But what I know now that I didn't know then was, yeah, I'd stop, but then I'd substitute it with something else. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna shut up.
My L's up and ain't nobody believe, so I'd hype myself up. It's just another night out. Smoked a couple white owls, a couple lines of blow. Now I need something for the flight down. Man said he out of piff, but grabbing something right now. It's not at all the usual, but usually it's lights out. So don't worry about that flight, pal, I got you. Stop through, cause this shit a lot of niggas gon' want to. Hopped in my whip, I went and grabbed it like a drive-through, and now I'm headed home to determine if all the hype's true. That shit changed me, I never really thought of that. Copped it, drove home, and I prepared to start falling back. A couple weeks ago, my nigga, I was all in rapping, then I dialed in, and that needle keeps calling back. It was
they say people, I've known a lot of people, still know people who are addicted to shooting up. I never did shoot up. Does that make me better than people that do? No. Addiction is addiction, whether you shoot it, snort it, take it, smoke it, drink it. I don't care what it is. It's a drug. I never did shoot up. I shot other people up, being a nurse, they were going to do it anyway. So, you know, I thought, why not do it safely? But anyway, they say the people that I've known that do or did shoot up say that the needle is just as addictive as the drug. And Duane, is this your story? Like, I didn't know you were a recovering addict, Duane. Are you a recovering addict, Duane?
This shit a lot of niggas gon' want to. Hopped in my whip, I went and grabbed it like a drive-thru, and now I'm headed home to determine if all the hype's true. That shit changed me, I never really thought of that. Copped it, drove home, and I prepared to start falling back. A couple weeks ago, my nigga, I was all in rapping, then I dialed in, and that needle keeps calling back. It was lights out, couldn't even put it into words, but it was like, wow, yo, I can understand what these people like, man, this is what the hype's about. I ain't gotta worry in the world, I'm in the right now. Back in the days, I ain't like myself much. No one passed notes, so I'd write myself stuff. Never had friends, that's why I light my L's up. And ain't nobody believe, so I'd hype myself up. Back in the days, I ain't like myself much. No one passed notes, so I'd write myself stuff. Never had friends, that's why I light my L's up. And ain't nobody believe, so I'd hype myself. Let's fast forward 2 years, been in and out of rehab. They still say I need to quit, and I ain't trying to see that. My family won't help me, they don't trust me since the 3 stacks I stole. I apologize, but they ain't won't believe that. Man, I was forced to steal, it's all I fucking had. And if I put you in my shoes, I bet you'd understand. Cause there's a difference, I'd have helped you if I fucking can. But you didn't, don't judge me for doing what I have. I'm in a whirlwind, 2 years since a girl been near me.
He said, don't judge me for not doing what I have, or something like that. In other words, just because you have different sins, different flaws, different issues, different problems than what I have, doesn't make you any better or worse than me. Period. In God's eyes, no sin is greater than another, other than blasphemy. That's it. Period. If your sin is gambling, or flaw, or problem, or issue, whatever you want to call it, is gambling, and somebody else's is heroin, you're not better than them just because their issue's different than your issue. You both have issues. And people kill me comparing everybody's issues. Work on your own. Worry on working on your own issues. And don't worry about other people's issues. Let them work on theirs. I promise you, they're fully aware of what their issues are. I don't need to be reminded every day of what my issues are. People kill me with that shit. Go all the way back. This is amazing.
No one passed notes, so I'd write myself stuff. Never had friends, that's why I light my L's up. And ain't nobody believe, so I'd hype myself. Let's fast forward 2 years, been in and out of rehab. They still say I need to quit, and I ain't trying to see that. My family won't help me, they don't trust me since the 3 stacks I stole. I apologize, but they ain't won't believe that. Man, I was forced to steal, it's all I fucking had.
To this day, I will be clean 9 years in August. To this day, I am still called a junkie, a drug addict, a bum, whatever, by certain family members. To this day. And I'll be clean 9 freaking years in August. Almost a freaking decade.
Fast forward 2 years, been in and out of rehab. They still say I need to quit, and I ain't trying to see that. My family won't help me, they don't trust me since the 3 stacks I stole. I apologize, but they ain't won't believe that. Man, I was forced to steal, it's all I fucking had. And if I put you in my shoes, I bet you'd understand. Cause there's a difference, I'd have helped you if I fucking can. But but you didn't. Don't judge me for doing what I have. I'm in a whirlwind. 2 years since a girl been near me. I got too busy treating this needle like my girlfriend. Lord, can you help me? It's got me thinking of suicide. You or I, the battle between addiction and who I knew inside. I feel I lost that.
That's so real. The battle between the addiction and who I knew inside. Addiction. Addiction is your body trying to fight a mind that's trying to kill you. That's what addiction is. It's your body trying to fight your mind that's trying to kill you. Because the problem's not the drugs. That's our solution. The problem is our mind. That's why, for most people, not all, there are some people that can just quit and be done with it forever, and they're done. And kudos to them. Recovery is a very individualized process. Whatever works for me may not work for you, vice versa. Some people go to church, some people go to rehab and get out, and they're through. Me, I went to rehab for 3 months. When I got out of rehab, I attended NA and AA for over 3 years, every single day, 365 days a year. If I went out of town, I Googled meetings in that town and went to meetings there. I worked all 12 steps of NA, Narcotics Anonymous, with a sponsor. And then after about 3.5 years of doing that, I started a recovery ministry on Facebook, and then I started working with addicts, alcoholics, and their family members, codependents, and still do that now. Voluntarily, not paid. I don't get paid to do it. I do it voluntarily. But I run a recovery ministry on Facebook. I have 3 recovery pages, 1 recovery group, and yeah. But I love this, Duane. Absolutely love this. But yeah, it don't matter. Like, you just gotta find what works for you and stick with that. That's what you gotta do.
My shoes, I bet you'd understand, cause there's a difference. I'd have helped you if I fucking can, but you didn't. Don't judge me for doing what I have. I'm in a whirlwind. 2 years since a girl been near me. I got too busy treating this needle like my girlfriend. Lord, can you help me? It's got me thinking of suicide. You or I, the battle between addiction and who I knew inside. I feel I lost that. I wish I never crossed back. Now I think the river's too deep for me to ever cross past. It's like I misdirected myself. It's like I planned for my demise. It's like I meant for the fail. You see that back in the days I ain't like myself.
The Narcotics Anonymous basic text says that there is something within us addicts that cries out for failure. There's something within our brain, within our personality, that cries out for failure, that something deep inside of us that believes we don't deserve to succeed. And that's what I was saying a while ago. You know, that's the drugs aren't our problem. The drugs are our solution. The problem is our thinking and lack of healthy coping skills. And most of the time, not all, but most of the time, if you don't address the real problem up here, and the reason why you felt the need to get high in the first place up here, 9 times out of 10, you'll go back to it. That's why 98% relapse within the first 3 years, because they don't address the real issue. People think that the problem is the drugs, the alcohol. No, that's our solution. The problem is our thinking, our lack of healthy coping skills. This is beautiful and I love it.
Addiction and who I knew inside. I feel I lost that. I wish I never crossed back. Now I think the river's too deep for me to ever cross past. It's like I misdirected myself. It's like I planned for my demise. It's like I meant for the fail. You see that back in the days I ain't like myself much. No one passed notes, so I'd write myself stuff. Never had friends, that's why I light my L's up.
I've said I don't know how many times in videos like this that I would venture to say every single addict, alcoholic has self-esteem, self-confidence, self-worth issues. I do. I, to this day, struggle with it. To this day, can't look in the mirror. To this day, don't 100% love myself. To this day.
And ain't nobody believe, so I'd hype myself up. Back in the days, I ain't like myself much. No one passed notes, so I'd write myself stuff. Never had friends, that's why I light my L's up. And ain't nobody believe, so I'd hype myself up. Now I'm trying to live the clean life. It's been about 10 months. Slipped a few times, but I continue taking steps, cause a few friends came around and showed me what a friend was. And I apologize for everything I've messed up.
Amends.
It was good for me.
That's step 10, making amends. Step 10, no, 9. Step 9 is making amends. Step 8, oh, my foot. Step 8 is you make a list. Step 9 is making amends. Have you worked the 12 steps, Duane? You don't have to tell me, but it sounds like it. This is a true story. I am a recovering addict. These words are coming from an addict. If you yourself are not a recovering addict, whoever wrote it is.
Write myself stuff. Never had friends, that's why I like my.
If you didn't write it, you know what I'm saying.
L's up and ain't nobody believe, so I'd hype myself. Now I'm trying to live the clean life. It's been about 10 months. Slipped a few times, but I continue taking steps, cause a few friends came around and showed me what a friend was. And I apologize for everything I've messed up. It was good for me. They hugged me as I took a seat. Then they all forgave me, cause me dying's what they couldn't see.
That's NAAA. They hugged me as I took a seat. That's the 12-step meetings. See, Duane, we got more in common. Man, I love it. Proud of you, my brother in recovery.
A few times, but I continue taking steps, cause a few friends came around and showed me what a friend was. And I apologize for everything I've messed up. It was good for me. They hugged me as I took a seat. Then they all forgave me, cause me dying's what they couldn't see. I told them I was trying, and sober's what I look to be. And now that they beside me, I've been finding that the good's in reach. But now I'm having me a slow night. Was a good try quitting, but maybe wasn't so right. I've made a lot of progress and there's been a couple good times. So maybe I just take tonight to give my girl a goodbye. Then I flew away, the same as how I used to do. Except this time felt a little different than the usual. My head started spinning, couldn't focus on the music, dude. I don't really think this right.
I Why? I thought I was going to have a happy ending, man. Man, prayers to anybody that's lost loved ones to addiction, alcoholism. Rest in peace to those who lost their lives to addiction, alcoholism. The message of this song is all it takes is one time to kill you. All it takes is one time. So I don't know if Duane is a recovering addict. I don't know if he's referring to maybe a loved one of his, a friend or someone close to him that was doing good and got clean and relapsed and said, man, I just want to do it one more time. One more time ain't gonna hurt me, whatever. And then that's all it took. I tell my son all the time, my son is about to be a teenager, and my biggest fear is that he'll be an addict or alcoholic, and You know, I've taught him all about addiction and alcoholism, all about every drug there is. I've showed him pictures. I've told him what they do. It's even scary, you know. I'm even scared, you know, for him about smoking weed, because these days they be lacing stuff with stuff that you don't know, man. You don't know what you're getting. And even if you did, you know, like I told you, the only way to know you're an addict, an alcoholic, unfortunately, the only way to know you're an addict, an alcoholic, is by doing it. So why even risk it? It's not worth the risk. All it takes is one time. All it takes is one time to kill you. And then that's it. That's it. Is it worth it? I'm so grateful that I went and got help. My son was 3 when I went to rehab. I was in there on his 4th birthday. I turned 31 while I was in rehab. My little brother was getting chemotherapy for his brain cancer while I was in rehab. But I knew if I didn't go, I was gonna die. I knew it. And has it been easy? No. Been a nurse for 20 years. Can't work anymore because physically work anymore because of medical issues. But when I got out of rehab and went back to work as a nurse, I had to hold my drug of choice, like literally hold my drug of choice in my hand every day I worked. Because part of my job was administering medication. And my drug of choice was pills. You want to talk about fucking hard? That was hard. Does that mean I had it harder than any other recovering addict alcoholic out there? No, absolutely not. I'm just telling my story. My Twitter and IG handles are in the description boxes under every single one of my videos. If you need someone to talk to, whether you're a loved one of an addict alcoholic or someone struggling with addiction and alcoholism or in recovery, reach out. Hit me up in my DMs on Twitter or Instagram. I will be glad to talk to you. I'll be an ear, a shoulder if you need it. If I don't get back to you for whatever reason, if I'm asleep or don't, you know what I'm saying, get in touch with somebody, anybody, before you get high, before you take a drink, before you do it. Or contact emergency services wherever you are. There is hope, though. There is hope. You don't have to end up like this. You don't have to die. The lie is dead. Once a junkie, always a junkie is not true. That lie is dead. I am living proof. We do recover. If y'all are interested in hearing more about my story, my recovery, my addiction, check out my playlist called My Poetry. I got a bunch of stuff in there about it that I've written about my story, my journey. Duane, this is absolutely beautiful. I absolutely loved it. Powerful message that every single addict, alcoholic needs to see. That every single person that's thinking about doing drugs or drinking for the first time in their life needs to see. All it takes is one time to kill you. One time. That's all it takes. I watched, literally, watched my big brother die from it. Literally watched him. And it was a slow, horrible death. Anyway. I will provide a link to this video in the description box. Y'all make sure y'all go click on that link. Subscribe to Duane TV. Like, comment, share. Duane, thank you so much. Thank you so much for this and this powerful, powerful message. Thank you. That was Duane Jackson, Heroin High. Y'all comment below what y'all think. Comment below if there's anything you want to see me react to. Like this video on your way out. A lot more important than you think. Please subscribe to my channel, y'all. We do recover. April G Squad. Fist bump. Love y'all. And I'll see y'all in just a little bit.